And then one day we were just sitting around having a beer, and I said, you know, why don't we try to find another business to start? Just something new and exciting and fun, and give it a shot.
Yep.
So they went away. I told them to think about it. They came back with some interesting ideas, none of which are probably suitable for this podcast. But someone had mentioned something about convenience stores, and then vending came up, and it caught some interest. And we just kind of looked at some articles we found very quickly online. And then it just became more and more interesting. We did a kind of a rabbit hole dive and found out a lot of information of how the industry has changed and how these new smart coolers are out there, and just felt like we had a lot to offer. And I felt like we could leverage a lot of relationships I have, both personally and through my other business, from people I know in real estate, people I know that own factories that are clients of mine on the other side. And all of a sudden, we were in business.
Coffee, micro markets and vending dreams. Break room legends and winning teams. Neil drops gold from behind the scenes. Hey guys, welcome to the show. I've got a extremely cool guest today, Danny from Roots Vending in Chicago. Danny, how's it going?
Everything is going well, Neil. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to hear about your story, both in the vending world and what you did coming up to the vending world. So first and foremost, tell us where Roots Vending is right now.
Sure. Roots Vending is located in suburban Chicago, and we have been in business for less than a year, coming up on 8 months. And in that time, we currently have about 40 operational machines or marts in the area, and we've got about another dozen on order that will be delivered in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we have made some great progress. And I should mention who we is. I was helped starting this business with 2 of my children. And one of them is about 3 years out of college, and the other was about 3 months out of college when we started.
Okay.
And we have built a team with us and around us. And one of my sons kind of morphed a little bit more so into the sales side, the other one into more of the operational side. And it's been going great. We've been having a ton of fun. We're growing our business. We're making mistakes, certainly trying not to make the same mistake twice, but nothing that has cost us too badly quite yet. But we are out there every day looking for more opportunities. We are, on the sales side, getting out and finding the right properties with the right foot traffic. From the operational side, we're now at a point where we've got over 150 different SKUs that we're selling across our platform. And we're really trying to button up from a cost standpoint, efficiency standpoint. And we've learned a lot. We came into this completely green, probably a real nauseous green, to be honest with you. Making some progress, and we're having a lot of fun doing it.
That's awesome. That's definitely rocket ship growth. Now, tell me, of the 40 locations, what are we talking? We talking smart coolers, vending machines, micro markets?
Yeah, so the majority of what we have out in the field right now are smart coolers and maybe 8 or 9 smart freezers. So kind of fall in the same category. We have a few micro marts, and we've got a few Stockwells out there. But these smart coolers from one of our prime, or really our biggest vendor, who we have a great relationship with, these coolers are amazing. And, someone explained to us early on, it's like, think of the old TVs, everyone was into the plasma, and then they turned these into like smart TVs. Yeah. And so vending has kind of gone from these old school, clunky, ugly, big machines to smart machines, where the technology and the telemetry is just through the roof. It is truly fascinating. I can pick up my phone and see data at a click of a button, from sales to products to maybe there's an issue, maybe someone's trying to communicate with us. It's really, really fascinating.
That's amazing. As some of us old school guys, or not some of us, but most of us would have a big 18-foot box truck, and we'd put all 100 of those SKUs in that box truck, and we'd just drive around all day, sort of trying to figure out what everything needed. But you, as you've mentioned, have got everything connected to the internet. Everything's got credit card readers. You're pulling all the data.
Morning, I get there, and our director of operations, who we've hired, is already here. He's there first. He literally has, so we have him, and we have 2 young men who are kind of our stockers and delivery route guys, drivers. So when they walk in, they're handed a piece of paper. Now we're using iPads. He pulls, okay, this machine needs 8 of these Diet Cokes and 12 of those, waters and whatever it is. And he's by machine, by location, giving the info. They go in our warehouse, they pick their order, they put them in totes. If they need to put them in freezers, we got a freezer in one of the vans. They're stocking the trucks and they're out on the road. They come
Yeah.
back when they're empty, and then we do it again.
Yeah. This is amazing, Danny. You've only been around a little while in this industry, but it sounds like you're picking things up so quickly. And like we talked earlier, it's rinse and repeat, right? Get better, get a location, figure it out, and then the next location, get better. But before all this, what did you do before this? And then what transitioned you into this business?
Yeah, good question. I have been and still am in the printing and packaging world for just about 30 years. And the real Reader's Digest version is I started as a salesman for a manufacturer of pressure sensitive labels, stickers, for lack of a better description. And we built, or I helped build this business. I started in sales, worked my way up, became one of the top sales guys, got into the management side. And when we sold the business in 2011, I was the VP of sales and marketing for a $35 million revenue company. And I stayed on with private equity for a couple of years, did not have a real good time, and decided to sit out for a year and a half to, oblige my contract, if you will.
Mhm.
And then I restarted. It'll be 10 years just in a couple of weeks, where I started another print and packaging business where we basically we're a distributor broker. We have no equipment, and we're still selling print and packaging to a lot of our old clients, a lot of new clients. And, print isn't dead quite yet.
Love it. I love it. Hey, but what got you into vending? What
Yeah.
circumstances were you guys thinking of?
So my older son was working for me out of college 3 years ago as sales in the print and packaging. He was doing just fine. He was enjoying it. My younger son was graduating college and said, hey, can I come work for you? Of course, we'll figure it out. And then one day we were just sitting around having a beer, and I said, why don't we try to find another business to start? Do something new and exciting and fun and give it a shot.
Yep.
So they went away. I told them to think about it. They came back with some interesting ideas, none of which are probably suitable for this podcast. But we kind of, someone had mentioned something about convenience stores, and then vending came up, and it caught some interest. And we just kind of looked at some articles we found very quickly online, and then it just became more and more interesting. We did a kind of a rabbit hole dive, and found out a lot of information about how the industry has changed, and how these new smart coolers are out there, and just felt like we had a lot to offer. And I felt like we could leverage a lot of relationships I have, both personally and through my other business, from people I know in real estate, people I know that own factories that are clients of mine on the other side. And all of a sudden, we were in business. We had business cards.
And not just
Fantastic.
business, rocket ship business.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll continue. We don't want to lose any tiles on the way up.
Well, I've always said this in this industry: if you can be a sales guy, people's person, there is a lot of opportunity. And it sounds like you've got a lot of relationships over the years. We know this, right? It's relationship, and then location. You've got the winning formula.
We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. We're just trying to do it better and more efficiently. The boys are really good building relationships. They have most of their lives. It's what I've done for my entire life. I'm a salesman. I'm not. I don't just play one on TV. I really am one.
I like it. Hey, let's talk about your vendor AVS, because this is a very interesting topic to me, because you've got the sales ability, you've got the energy, but to get that little bit of vending advice along the way when it comes to equipment purchases, it's so important. Tell us about your relationship with AVS.
Yeah, we met AVS very early on. They're a manufacturer of these smart coolers. They are located right near O'Hare Airport in Oak Grove Village, suburban Chicago as well. Their office is 20 minutes from ours. And we met them very early on. I think the first two machines we bought were from them. Fast forward, we now have over 30 with them. They have a very experienced team. Met with a lot of them. Their sales rep's been in the business for 30 years. I want to call him their ops guy. He's the guy we call when we got a problem, right?
Yeah.
He knows every screw, every wire, everything of every machine.
Yeah.
And I need to keep in his good graces so we get the service when we need it. He's terrific. Their customer service young lady is fabulous. They communicate really well. They do a really good job. And I've met with their financing team too, their financial side. Spent a lot of money, probably spent over $200,000 with them already. And, we've paid up front for a lot of it. We've got some nice terms with other of it, a little bit of financing, whatever. It's all worked out. They're happy. We're happy. We'd like to grow with them. They've been an amazing support cast, and I couldn't say enough nice things about them.
I love it. What does the next couple of years look like for Roots Vending? What's your goal?
A really good question. So when we started about 8 months ago, we said, let's get 100 machines operational in the first year. We're going to be close. We got till October 1st. It's May 15th. We're going to be close. It's pretty
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Going forward, and this is kind of what I've been telling people we've been meeting with lately, more so on the support side as opposed to the client side, is we didn't do this to have 50 to 100 machines out in the field.
Yeah.
We want hundreds and we want thousands.
Yeah.
And it takes time, and you got to walk before you run
Mm-hmm.
and crawl before you walk. And we're somewhere in that crawling, tripping phase right now, but we're getting the bruises have healed, and we're doing a little bit better. But we really want to grow this in the Chicagoland area because it is such a huge market, and it's such an untapped market. There's so much low hanging fruit. There are so many opportunities. It's phenomenal.
Yep.
And then once we get to a good scale here, I'd like to look at some other cities and say, okay, where can we bring this to?
Yep.
Maybe it's in the Southwest. Maybe it's just right up north of Milwaukee or into Indiana. I mean, there's a lot of options. We're dead center in the country, so there's a lot of places we can go that are relatively close. But once you leave, it doesn't matter if you're a 3-hour
Yep.
flight or a 3-hour drive. You're leaving. You got to bring people there, and you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
The
we
fact-
want to build something pretty big.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I think you got the winning combination. And I love the fact that your boys saw you in business, right? That's kind of why I'm in business. I watched my dad grow an electrical business. And then in New Zealand, we just have a lot of entrepreneurs. People own their own businesses. And I was here in America for 10 years and, I was helping the vending community through sales, but I knew I wanted to help them doing something. And that's a great example for your boys, is you making it happen.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm very close with my children, and it's really been a joy working with them. Life's short, and you got one chance at this, and take some chances, and don't regret not doing something like this. It's been a blast. I hope this is just enormous for them, because at the end of the day, it's going to be for them. Yep. And they're going to be making the decisions what to do with it down the road.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, Danny, thank you so much for stopping by here and spending some time with us. Good luck. I think you've got the winning combination, and I'll be interested to check in with you in a year or so.
Look forward to it. Thanks so much for your time.
All right. Thanks, Danny. See you later.